Dear friends, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you will be joining my broadcast. I received an interesting request to comment on situation that's going on right now in the United States, with more and more ridiculous laws and things being passed. And this latest one on rewarding illegal immigrants was almost $500,000. Let me have a sip of this beautiful hot tea before I start. Hi, Elizabeth, welcome. Oh, it's nice and hot. Hi, hello everyone. So, welcome everyone. Yeah, I had a thought to do this video for a while, even before all of this had started. Even before the government started officially rewarding illegal immigrants, people who break the law, with such incredible amounts of money, and we can only think what it will lead to. I don't know, we are just witnessing the most incredible failure of freedom and democracy, but also we are witnessing reward from the government of the people who are breaking the law, because uh, entering the country illegally is equals to breaking the law, and start your life here in the United States with breaking the law. And some of you guys know that I've recently became a citizen, which before I became a citizen, as most people who come here lawfully, you can be up to 10 years, you can hold a green card. Green card means nothing but permanent residency, where you can do everything legally. You can work, you can pay your taxes, you can travel, you can do a lot of things. It's just you cannot vote or be on a jury. So when you become a citizen, you are basically, there is no difference with you whether you no longer have those differences once you become uh, a citizen. And it is a very big deal. I was talking to somebody in the family, and I was really excited that I finally got all this work together, and paid all the fees. By the way, we're gonna talk about that too. Did all this, jump through all of these hoops to become a citizen, and I shared with one of my family members, and especially it happened, after the ceremony, after it was almost like an awards ceremony. It was really powerful, and a beautiful stage, very beautiful preparation from the judge, and we needed to swear under oath and do other procedures, and especially after that, it felt very it felt more than just a formality. You really feel that you've accomplished certain level. And one of my relatives told me that, I said, hey, I came back early from Ukraine because I have ceremony to attend, and this and that. And one of my relatives told me that, oh, it doesn't matter anymore, like American society, blah blah blah, politics, blah blah blah. And I just stopped her right there, and I told her, listen, you have no idea what it means. You were born with it. You have been a US citizen with your birthright. So you can never relate to somebody who needed to jump through all these hoops, go through all the legal procedures, have to wait to get married, have to wait through all the circles of hell to complete particular procedures. And once again, the last but not the least paid thousands upon thousands of dollars to complete all of this. It's like everything together. And so I was so disappointed to hear from a family members. It's like, it's not a school anymore. No, for people who had to jump through all the legal hoops, also financial and time hoops, it's pretty special deal. And therefore, to my opinion of the legal immigrant, like thousands upon thousands, maybe millions of others, I just want to say that what government is doing right now is a slap in our face. It's nothing but a slap in our face. People who had to comply with the law, had to wait, been in a long distance relationship forever before they can come here. Those of you guys who have been helping through these years with your fiancés and with the process, with the other part of the process when you're waiting for your fiance to come here, it can take almost up to a year sometimes. And how what it all takes to do it legally, to follow the law, to pay your duties, and to do all of this. And once you've done that and you get on your process, you get your at first you get your K1 visa, then you get your conditional green card, then you get your permanent green card, and then after that, years after that, like 5-7 years after that, you get your you can apply for your citizenship. You know good and well what it takes. And I think there is nothing more disrespectful and I mean, really, uh, somebody said it best. It is a slap in people's face who were following all of this legal requirements, hoops, paid again thousands upon thousands of dollars, and then somebody can just cross the border. Nobody worried about no vaccination status, nobody worried about no criminal status, which in legal immigration you have to show. I had to go to the police department in Ukraine and show that I have a clear record, that there are no felonies or no issues with the law. So people can come with all kinds of situations with maybe criminal and drug history and God knows what else, and they can just hop over the border and then claim themselves a victim and then get a compensation, and then use those poor kids um, as an anchor baby, use them to you know try to use the situation to pass drugs into United States, sex trafficking and all kinds of human body trafficking and all of this stuff. So United States showing other countries that there are legal ways to come to this country. There are legal ways to come to this country. One of them is marriage, but there are plenty more. You can come through studies, through student exchange, through work, tourism. There are very many ways to there are plenty of ways to um, come to this country. They do not have to be illegal. So for me, it's shocking, and it is truly slap in the face to everybody who obeys the law and pay. And during this time, while you are a permanent resident, you're paying your taxes, you have to be extremely careful with whatever you do, because you're always, if you break the law, you're always on the verge of being a subject to deportation. Now, once you become once you're a naturalized citizen, yeah, that is a huge accomplishment, and generally it's not going to be taken away from you. very few people who jumps through all of these hoops and did all of these things are going to be actually breaking the law. It was interesting when I was at the ceremony. We had an incredible judge. I truly wish that I could record his speech. It was really powerful. But he mentioned that out of all demographics in the United States, the legal naturalized permanent residents that are getting naturalized into citizens, they are the lowest crime in the country, and they are the most entrepreneurial and the most successful layers of American society. And I was thinking about that, and it does make a lot of sense to me, because when you come to a new country, you have to establish yourself all over again. And to when you do things legally, there is no ways that you're going to be risking things and doing things that are that are contradicting the law, or it's even hard to imagine. It's even hard to imagine somebody that would be doing things like that. But we are living in a time where in a time of such hypocrisy, when we have the current the current person that supposedly, when he's not asleep, uh, ruling the country, and they let thousands and hundreds of thousands people just invade the country. And when I say this, a lot of times people tell me, oh, how can you say this? You're an immigrant yourself. Yes, I am, but I'm a legal immigrant. There is a word, legal, the one that had to do along with other hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people that had to follow the law. This is the difference. Do you feel the difference between you inviting guests to your home to have tea with you, to spend time with you, you preparing for them, and somebody who, if you do not open the door, taking some kind of hammer and start hammering and opening your door, and tell you to move and get out of the way because they want to use your refrigerator, your couch, your bed, your savings. Illegal immigration is no different. When people invading your country, it's an invasion. This is not an invitation. This is not following the rules. This is not anything like this. You do not, so you start your stay here with breaking the law. And with current government, in many cases, you're going to be rewarded. You're going to be rewarded financially with amounts of money that a lot of hardworking Americans will never see in their lifetime. Most hardworking American families not gonna have, not gonna see $1 million, donation from the government for their family. Not to mention, anybody else who comes to this country legally. So to me, it's just absolutely mind blowing. That's why I'm just so puzzled by this situation, by this incredible lie, and I'm just so excited that I can finally vote for what is right, and feel that I'm contributing to democracy, and to things being the way the way they make sense. But I've been asked so many questions, so many times I've been asked this. And I also, you guys know that I'm working with people. I'm helping some of you guys to, understand Slavic mentality, the relationship aspect of it. And a lot of men that I worked with were shocked when they would learn how much they need to do in order to get their fiance here. That it's a whole process, and it's a challenging one too. A lot of men I worked with were so disappointed when they would learn that, oh my gosh, I need to do so much to just get her here. And once I got her here, it's only beginning of the years and years of specific procedures, payments, lawyers, and so on and so forth. You're not really a husband of a Ukrainian woman unless you paid those lawyer fee and government fee for um, the green card process and naturalization process. This is part of being a husband of or a fiance of an immigrant. When you bring your check home, and instead of put it in your savings, or make some payments, you have to give it all so you can pay to the lawyer and to the government. I can, you know, tell you that it's those significant amounts of money that you have to pay, and you are lucky to pay them. You are lucky to actually get to the point. One of the reasons, again, while I waited a bit too long with my citizenship, was because I had an absolutely awful experience with the lawyer losing my case. He actually physically lost my case, my whole folder. And I had experienced a lot of very unpleasant situations due to that. And so I told to myself, you know what, I have green card for 10 years. Before I absolutely have to, I'm not going to be doing this. But of course, you still have to pay your... So green card has levels, once again, and you have to do the conditional, then the permanent, and then you do need to take a decision whether or not you should become a citizen. So I'm sharing all this to say that legal immigrants see this situation as absolute insult, absolute slap in the face, and being unacceptable for for us, people who have to follow all the legal procedures. It's absolutely unacceptable to see how other people are encouraged to come here, break the laws, break the rules, never have to go and do anything, and then get the rights, get the support, leave off our taxes, and also the most stupid things the government could have ever done, is start rewarding people for coming here, rewarding people for breaking the law. I mean, somebody needs to get off that weed or whatever they're doing over there, because this is insane. So this is just, it's almost like you punishing people who doing all the things that are right, and then you pretend that, oh, you're a racist. How can you say this? Or you came here. No, I'm not a racist, and um we didn't break anybody's doors. We had to do stuff the right way. If once again, when I have conversations with these people, I ask if that's okay if I come with a hammer to their house, and if they don't open the door, I just take the door down and invite everybody else to come and live in their house. This is no different. And so it's very disappointing that we live in times like this. It's very shocking and very disappointing. And yes, I am losing respect to people in power. I honestly do not have it at all at the moment, and I just hope that they will be held responsible for the things they are doing to this country, and how they destroy the economy, destroy the morality, destroy the rules and order of things, and somebody will have to pay for it. It was annoying when we had to apply, and they had to check, where your parents from, do you have any, do you have any prison records, do you have any disease, do you have cancer, do you have this, do you have that. That was pretty annoying to go through that, but I understood why they have to do this. So when I learned recently about $450,000 plus, for every grown member, like husband and wife, it would be $1 million. And I learned about this a few days ago, that Sleepy Joe is offering this. I was just like thinking to myself, what is going on in this world? What an incentive this would be for people to come and destroy this country. How can he offer this? And then our children that will be, paying the taxes and doing everything, then they're gonna have how many $1 trillion they will have to pay back. So, to my opinion, in United States, things are going backwards, and in many ways, and people are being punished for obeying the law and doing what's right, and this is not okay. This shouldn't be this way at all. Let me read, guys, what you're saying over here. But thank you for the request. I got this request in mail for a while, and I just thought it would be a good time. It was before the $500,000 reward for breaking the law. Thanks, Jewel. Oh, David Norris is saying, I work with a few people that have come to US legal. I find them to be some of the best people. They work hard for everything they get. Yeah, absolutely. They have no other choice. But yeah. And you don't think about breaking the law because you work so hard to get here. When you just jump through the border and blame people for everything, you don't know what law is. And that people been used to smuggle drugs in the country and all kinds of other things, and people disappear, and we have sex trafficking, huge problem, and everybody just like, yeah. Somebody asked Jen Psaki, with all this mandatory vaccination going on and all of this, somebody asked her, so hundreds of thousands illegal immigrants invading the southern border, and you're not concerned about their vaccination status? And she said, nope. Well, she's super arrogant, and by the way, I think she got the thing. Apparently masks did not work for her. So is vaccination. So I know she's been sick for a few days, but yeah, she said no. So just think about this. So they're gonna bully you, destroy the economy, just force you to do certain things to your body, try to like force you to take certain decisions so you don't lose your job, and then people who just make themselves, just feel that this is their place uh to be, they just invade the border. Nobody worrying about any vaccinations or mandatory things for them. Nobody cares, and they probably have all kinds of issues and health problems. I was just, she's probably one of the most arrogant people I have seen, and she just, when they asked her a question, she said no, and she immediately moved to another question, as she always does when things don't make sense. So why I'm saying all this, you may think, why is she saying all this? I'm saying all this to say that um there is nothing more unfair than install rules for some and kind of sweep them under the rug for others. This is a very unfair and unhealthy situation, and I truly hope that people will stand against it. I truly hope that the people will um, show their, will exercise their freedom of speech, whatever left from that, and make it clear that this is not okay. It really reminds me of a situation, when you were in school, you study for the test, and you're doing your very best, and you're about to get your high grade, and somebody just comes to the classrooms, they never study, they don't even speak the language, and before you they get an A plus and leaving the room, and you sitting there, like an idiot, don't understand why is it you had to put all this effort, to study and do what's right, and somebody else is just ahead of you and looking at you like, you are the fool, and they just feel like, oh, I'm entitled. No, I don't speak English. No, I did not study for the test. But no, I should get it in. I should get my grades because, because I said so. This is pretty much the same. So I am honored and I'm excited to be, a citizen. These people, to me, they do not represent the American idea. They do not deserve to represent it. Um, America to me is bigger than that, but um, I'm excited to be able to have certain opportunities and see things for what they are, and being able to express myself, and but I know things are not right, and this is not right. Rewarding people for breaking the law, no matter how you slice it, can never be right. Never was right, never is right, and never be right. No matter how they slice it, no matter what kind of cards they kind of play, this is not okay. And I hope that I answered the question. I'm pretty sure that all the people, all the, thousands of people, at least here in Michigan, that I know, all my friends, people that I just know, people who work and do what's right in this country, I know they're on the same page. I know it hurts for them to see that somebody just can just come and just step on everything that matters. So I know that these swords unite all the legal immigrants and, of course, people who were born here, but those people who had to work hard. Um, and honest, I know none of them would support these actions. And I I think it's important to understand and stand for what's right, regardless of your descent. Thank you so much, Lance. I think it's Lance. Lance, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Um, my friends who have come here legally appreciate the opportunities of this country. Well, of course. It's like, when you did not invest in something, when you put zero you are going to blame the people, or this is not good enough, or this is not as I wanted it, or the police is bad, or the economy is bad, this and that, because you have no skin in the game. You've never invested, you've never felt what it is to go in through all the legal loops and requirements. Of course, people who came here, who made an effort, uh, they would jump into every opportunity to make the best of things. I believe that, Lance. In fact, I have never met anybody who would came here, legally and was blaming somebody for something. I don't think that even exists. So yes, that makes total perfect sense. Makes perfect sense, and thank you so much again. I appreciate it. Yes, we have some double standards. Yes, another thing that kills me are all this borrowing money thing. Without, nobody asked me to sign a paper. Can we, make the debt for United States? See, like, I've never signed anything. Our children are not signing any papers, as the U.S. government keeps borrowing and borrowing and borrowing and borrowing money. Um, I don't think that this is the inheritance you leave to your children and grandchildren. And if you want to borrow money on someone's name, you probably should ask those people you borrowed money for, and you should not do it without their signature. And I do not recall anybody reach out to me and asking me whether, or maybe you, whether you agree to keep borrowing money. If anything, you guys know, in Russian and Ukrainian culture, we try not to buy a lot of things unless we actually have cash for it. So for me, I would much rather have an older car. I would much rather go without. I would much rather, tighten up my pants and, or, kind of just like all the immigrants have a tighter budget, or not do something, or skip something, or even not see my family if I can't, rather than borrowing and borrowing money. This is, I don't know how this government can be somebody we are looking up to when they are raking a horrific debt. And I don't know what are they thinking, who will pay that. That's a whole different question. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much for the super chat. Veronica, we are one citizen better because you chose to be here legally. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do think that people who go to school, or people who come with a business idea, people who come with good education, good intentions, I think they do enrich the country. Why? Because you come with new drive, you come with more vision, you come with excitement, you come with good intentions. And you know how sometimes when you have something, you kind of sleep on it, you kind of like, yeah, you have something, you not always have that hunger. And what I see in many immigrants who come, they have the hunger, they have a goal, they want to work, they want to be able to send money home, they come, they want to have better future for their kids. So they have that hunger. They not just like, maybe I'll go to work tomorrow, yeah, well, if I wake up, maybe. No, they are ready to wake up early in the morning, they are ready to push through, they are ready to do things. So to my opinion, with observing people who come to this country, who I know so many doctors and IT people, they really, their work ethics are to die for. And so I agree with people who just sharing their thoughts that it is nice to have those people. They add some passion to, they add passion and creativity and the good stuff to this country, you know, fresh blood. I see a lot of people like that. Thank you, Lance. Thank you so much for another super chat. And Lance is saying, my friends Juan and Xenia going through the process of whole legalization, and they work hard. Good people. Yeah, yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, anybody who going through all this gonna think twice, 3 times, 10 times before they do anything that is not good, right? The judge that we had, we were in Grand Rapids for ceremony, and um, the under oath ceremony, and the judge there, he was mentioning how many more businesses and endeavors and entrepreneurship um, things the people who came to Michigan from different countries versus the people who live in Michigan. And that was very interesting that, you know, the people who immigrated were, I forgot how many times more likely to open the business and have their own endeavor and this and that. So, you know, not to mention that a lot of companies that we all know were discovered by immigrants. And I think that hard work pays off, and we all respect it. We all know that when you put the right seed in the ground, you're gonna get the, you know, the good fruit, you know, whether you you know, we're here, we're lucky to be born here, or, you know, came here legally, or, you know, came here to work or to study. People that have good intentions doing it right from the for the first time. I don't know how I feel about all those, you know, the children, and I think that parents who bring their children and leave them at the border, I don't have much empathy to those parents, because no matter what conditions you live in, when you're ready to bring your child and leave your child in some cages, in some uh, plastic covers them with, I mean, there is something entirely wrong. I cannot imagine like a Russian or Ukrainian parent, you know, throwing their kid over the border. This is not love. This is not a future. um and then they use that, we all know, to pass drugs and do all kinds of things, and those kids get abused and raped and mistreated. This is not love. And this is mind blowing to me, because I've never seen anything like that before I came to United States. So a lot of parents, immigrants from different countries, they do come here because they have a dream to provide better things for their children. But once again, throwing your child, imagine like a small child that just wants to play with a teddy bear, you know, you know, just being a kid, right? Throwing your child somewhere, leaving them, then using to reconnect with them, sort of, not knowing what conditions they're gonna be if you ever see them again, if somebody gonna abuse them. There is nothing worse than that. How can anybody say that these people want the best for their children? I will never believe that, ever, because it's not true. It's not true. I understand what hard conditions are. I understand all of this, but you're just not leaving your child. Your child's gonna be definitely worse off with a bunch of people they don't know and completely helpless and defenseless. But it's a system that they've been working on, and anyway, it's very sad. But long story short, I shared what legal immigrants, what Russian Ukrainian legal immigrants think about illegals. They think that this is wrong, and you should not start life in a new country with a crime, with breaking the law, with invading, with hurting and threatening people. Kind of looking to more lighthearted topics, but we gotta get started with something, right? And it's pretty incredible that they would do that. Oh God. James is saying, well, congratulations, James. Probably there is a big reason for that. James is saying, I'm in the process of getting full custody of my daughter. You know, probably a big reason for that. So I hope it goes well. Yes, US still is a promised land. Um, that's why people risk their life. But then we have other people who were born here generation by generation, and they say that, oh, it's not good. People are mean to us. So that is interesting too. You know, we have people who are generationally living on welfare and saying that there is no opportunity, and we have others that risk their life, understand that they may get killed to get the opportunity. So that is an interesting perspective as well. What do you guys think? Probably if there was no opportunity, people would not be risking their lives. Yeah, it is sad, Lance, that people could use their children in such a way. That's why I have no empathy for them. It's like, if you can do this to your own child, what can we expect from you? And yeah, thank you again for the kind words. Just catching up with your comments, guys. Uh, Elizabeth, you probably already went to bed. Thank you so much. Elizabeth, I do not want to work for the government. I want to have a happy life. I will work with my YouTube channel to share ideas with people. I do not want to work for the government. I'm a free woman. I need to be able to live life and enjoy it. Elizabeth is saying the love, respect, and passion you have for America is amazing. This video should be shared with the government to show them exactly how should be respecting proper legal citizens. Yes, ma'am. Thank you guys so much for the kind words. I really appreciate that. Oh, you saw my thank you so much for another super chat, Lance. You saw my campaign. Hey, we do need a new president. Some of you guys who follow me on Instagram or Facebook saw my new you know portrait of one young and ambitious man. And yeah, why not? Why couldn't he become a president? We need a president that read the art of the deal. We need the president that have drive, that is smart, that is eloquent, educated, that will come with a strategy that won't have an embarrassing um, foreign policy and ruin everything for everybody. We need somebody who starts early, not a weed head, not a drug head, not the ones that can raise his own son. We need somebody who have the grip, that who have the knowledge, the drive, the passion. So why not? Why not to try? You know, why not somebody who's hardworking? Not somebody who's ambitious and looking uh to looking to educate himself and learn and do stuff. It was really amazing. I made that post with one young very driven man, and I got all kinds of really cool responses to it. So we already got some votes. Just have to do them again in 25 years, because I think you can't become president till you are 35. So which means we have about, yeah, 25 uh years to go. 25, 24. Yeah, James, I saw that. I saw that. That was awesome. Yeah, I wish he could get now too. He could do better than Sleepy Joe. It's like, seriously, we creating the most crazy, ineffective, ineffective laws. We're printing more and more money. We put in stupid, they call Trump to be a tyrant, and yet they are the ones that come in with mandates. Trump would never enforce mandates for nothing. We have major issue right now flying domestic flights here in US because the airlines are mandating the vax, and hundreds, thousands of flights have been canceled. If this is not tyranny, tell me what it is. The modern tyranny, when people tell you, get this, or get this or get that or whatever, or you're not working here anymore. It's like, how that is okay? I don't remember. I caught some of the socialist. Oh my gosh, it's gonna lose my phone here. I caught some of these socialist ideas and all of these things, when I was growing up somewhat, but it wasn't like that for me. It wasn't like that. This is worse than I know it. So yeah, I wish he could do something right now too. Um, well, I think honestly, just almost anybody does. I mean, I don't mean to, being too promotive, but he is brilliant and bright and driven and smart. But the people we have right now, there's one person in particular. I mean, I think just about anybody would do a better job, to be honest with you, because he is gone. His brain is gone. And I'm laughing now at those people who voted for him, and they're like, blah blah blah. We had some discussions even here on my channel, and I'm like, yeah, enjoy this. You deserve every bit of this. I hate how things turn out. It hurts, but you voted for it, and just, enjoy the fruits of it. When there is dark in a room and you have nobody to pretend for and to lie to, deep down that you signed for it, you voted for it. Be embarrassed of yourself. How do you feel now that the entire world is laughing at us? When I was in Ukraine, people were like, what's going on over there? Like, how How? Like how this person could ever be elected? How? He is the crookest crook known to man. Not to mention that, his son, create such a bad fame for himself in Ukraine. And they just crook, nasty crook family. And I have some quote unquote friends who, take these decisions and voted for that. And it does gives me, a feel of disgust. But um, I'm not even talking about it. I'm just making my smile. My or more like evil laugh. Like, hey, you created this, so don't complain. Enjoy. Enjoy. And yeah, I'm telling you, just about anybody would do a better job from him. He's gone. He done nothing but corruption his entire life. Like, no person that voted for him could say one good thing that he ever done. Like, one good thing. Tell me one good thing. Not to mention that he's the things he talked about the minorities. He talked about black people. He talked about Hispanic people. He talked about the racial junk. Like, he talked horrible things about just about anybody in this country, but it's all forgotten and like swept under the rug. Plus, he's just so embarrassing. Oof, 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 oof. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm glad he took a nice nap with all his passion for global warming. I'm glad he was so passionate about global warming that he fell asleep. Phew. Man, I don't know what this channel is gonna be about. We're not supposed, I mean, not that we're not supposed, I can talk about whatever the hell I wanna talk. But it just becoming too insane. Yeah, I know. Elizabeth is saying, I'm sick of hearing the world mandate now. I wish I had opted and left this country a couple years ago now. Yeah, I know. I don't really, guys, I'm just really, I have no idea what the heck gonna happen, how we gonna travel again, how we gonna do normal things again. I don't know. I do not know. But hopefully that they won't be able to do this for too long because the loss is gonna be too huge. The Delta CEO of Delta mentioned that they lost gosh, I don't remember, is it 25 or 35 billion dollars last year. And he was saying that they will not do the mandate for the vax, but because they already lost billions and billions of dollars. But no, the truth is nobody knows. We all have plans. We all want to see our loved ones. Some of us want to travel and see the world, and God knows how this gonna be possible with all this cruelty that's going on. But I have hope. I do have hope that it will be over one day. Yes, people have to stand up and get this country back on track, for sure. James is saying, me too, Veronica, very embarrassing. Yes. I don't know how to say Glasgow too. I need to look at something at correct pronunciation. Yeah, yeah, I know. It's terrible, It's awful to be embarrassed for your leader. Oh wow, really? I'm saying it right? Glasgow? So what is the problem then? Well, I'm sure he's taking his naps regularly. Oh my goodness. Somebody said when I was growing up, try to leave a bit early, before people before people throwing tomatoes in you and so on and so forth. Before people throw um you know rotten stuff because they hate you so much already. Well, I don't know. Delta Airlines reported a lot more than 12 billion for 2020. Well, it's already 2021, so I remember it was 25. I think it was 25 billion, but I don't know if that was. It may have been domestic and international. I don't care how much it is. Even if it was 1 million, it's a lot, you know? So thank you guys so much for joining my discussion. Thank you for submitting your question. I'm slowly gonna get on the track of making videos again and having topics and discussions. It's been I've been really taking time with family and some of my personal things. Um, and sometimes it's not as easy and smooth to go back, so thank you so much for those who are supporting and supported the show today, and who writes awful comments. And I'm so happy to be able to speak again. Sounds like I'm on a better track over here, with my health. Finally, there was a lot of changing of climates and places and people, so that can it was not a lot of time to rest before this, and it's nice to be able to record the video and not being in pain. So thank you so much for being here. um I consider some emails and some requests to make videos on, so this way I don't have to come up with topics, and instead of writing a lengthy email, I can just make a video. So I am still thinking what I want the channel to be about, as things are evolving and growing. So if you have some ideas, you want to share some thoughts, you can do so. You can comment under the video. You can send an email to consultveronica@gmail.com. You can also request a topic with Cash App. You can also just write your thoughts again in the comments under the video, and of course you can send an email. um you can join a Patreon platform as well. um and you can express your thoughts, ideas. I'm always welcome. I may or may not agree with something, but I'll always look at your proposal. So thank you guys so much. I have to get going right now. It's getting dark, but I am so grateful and I'm so glad that we were able to connect. Write your thoughts, ideas, maybe stories of other people below, if there is something that you want to share, whether you agree or disagree. But yes, I think that things made against the law, um, things that are not okay for some but fine for others, um, pretty much slap in your in law-abiding citizen face and in legal immigrant face. So I hope that we will stand strong and do not allow people to reward those who break the law. Thank you so very much, guys, for being here. I wish you a wonderful night, and I will see you soon. And thanks again for supporting the show, guys. Thank you.